Hello and welcome to the fourth round of the World V8 Supercars 2011 season as part of the TouringProSeries, and here we are at Barbagallo for a 150km race, and it's Ben Crooks, the championship leader, who took pole position less than half a tenth ahead of his old WTM adversary Toby Davis. It's an all 360 Racing second row, but again Tobias Schlemer out-qualifies his teammate Florian Strauss for the second race in a row. Jesper Tolborg on fifth, alongside him is Gary Lennon. 7th is James Johnson, 8th Norbert Leitner, 9th William Levesque, and rounded at the top 10 was Ike Rodin. On the start now, the lights go green and away they go, and Toby Davis has the best start of the front bunch of cars, and there's Strauss just squeezing up the inside of Tobias Schlemer. Schlemer trying to come across, not able to do so. Looks like Tolborg's got past as well. Davis leads out of turn 1, Crooks in second, Strauss, Tolborg, Schlemer, Lennon, Leitner. Round turn 4 now, the only left-hander on the track, on board with Crooks, looking at the race leader Toby Davis, driving for Tierhelm Rennsport this season, and Toby's run slightly wide out of turn 5, down towards turn 6 they come, this extremely long ball corner. Crooks is going for the inside, there's contact sliding down the inside, pushing each other round the corner. Davis almost coming off the track, but Crooks, like it looks like he's got the lead, he has, coming down towards the final corner they come, turn 7. He's hooking the inside though, making sure there's no space for Davis to get through. He's holding the inside all the way around. Davis having gone a long way around but not able to do so. So all the cars run wide onto the curb. Go back a bit further in the pack now. William Levesque has not had the greatest start. He's back to 11th. He's under attack now from fellow Ford driver John Wilson down into turn 1. John has the inside, and it's a textbook manoeuvre it looks like to me. Down the inside, tracking, looks like one of the 05 Motorsport cars as well, maybe Tim Brook. On lap 2, Andrea Schmick being pursued by Jari Vinnari, on board with Jari Vinnari now. Down towards turn 6, known as the pole. Obvious reasons, look at the camber on the inside and how much there is. And Schmick's getting out of shape, goes in deep, puts the power on too hard, and the exit hits the curb. Goes very sideways indeed, and Jari says thank you very much, I'll take that position. And Clark looks like he's trying to go the inside of Schmick as a result, and he is. Now down at turn 1 on the next lap. There's Teo Bubicic in the background, looking for a way through also. As the field streams through over the crest. Clark driving to 211 Motorsport this season after defective for over racing, and now Teo Bubicic is taking advantage of Clark running a bit too aggressive into the corner, side by side through turn 5. He can't do that, but they have managed to do it, able to do so somehow. And Clark just about held off Teo there. On board with Johnson now, coming down the inside of Norbert Leitner, squeezing down the inside of the Hungarian driver. Not able to make the move completely stick at the moment, but he's still got the inside for the next corner, which is a long turn 1. And this is much more settled. And through Johnson goes. He can now pursue Gary Lennon as his next target. We are now watching Steve Davis. He's following Ike Rodin once again. We saw them coming to contact at Melbourne, resulting in a big crash for Steve Davis at the high speed chicane, but he's got John Wilson all over the back of him. It's going to be a carbon copy of the lap before, is it? It is. John Wilson goes down the inside just like he did on William Levesque and takes the position. Steve has to give way. Now on board with Nicola Laval, looking at Jeff Dobbing, who's all over the back of Philip and Tony. Tony goes defensive to the inside. Dobbing has braked later though, and now they're side by side around the last corner. Dobbing mounts the curb. Lavalov's going to take advantage of all this, carrying the momentum through on the exit. On the inside of Jeff he goes, trying to go the inside of Philip also, and he's made it stick. Don't know how we got that car slowed down with just a small bit of contact. Looking back at Antonio now from Ilivanov, that's 2 positions in just 1 corner for Ilivanov. Opportunistic overtaking at its best. Now lap 4 is 62. Matt Clark once again pursuing Andrea Schmick, hitting those curves extremely hard. All of them hitting the curves extremely hard. Getting sideways as well out of the corners. On board with Bubicic. And Clark goes well wide onto the grass, and down the inside is going to go Teo. And Clark's getting wide once again, just about held it on the track. He's had to give way. Clark not having such a good run here as he did at Melbourne. Now Teo is making a move on Schmick for 17th. Down the inside goes the GTO racing driver, just about Schmick has to give way. tried to make it difficult, but not able to make it difficult enough. And that's another position for Teo. Now lap 6, Leon Levesque, and this is Anders Nielsen. We're watching Levesque goes very deep into turn 1. Anders is going to take advantage. He's got the exit run. He's on the inside, but now he's on the outside, and then the inside, and then the outside once again because of the nature of the track. But he's got the position. Levesque has to give way. Round turn 4 and out of turn 5. Schmidt and Clark at it once again, hitting those curves hard once again. Not exactly treating that Ford with a whole lot of respect. Bouncing over the curve, Schmidt runs wide, Clark goes up the inside. And Schmidt pays for one of his mistakes once again. Clark marches forward. Lap 8 of 62. Anders Nielsen and William Levesque back together once again. Down towards the ball. And one of the 05 Motorsport drivers there has gone wide. It's Steve Davis. Nielsen tries to go up the inside. Big touch there. And Levesque is going to come through. And Tim Brook also as well. Anders Nielsen's dropped 2 positions in that one move. Now watching Wilson attack Roding. Wilson's marching his way through the field at the moment. Very, very quickly indeed. Roding goes very wide at turn 4. That means he's compromised for turn 5. And it compromises his exit speed down towards turn 6. John Wilson's going to take full advantage. And through he goes, driving for Zenna Racing. Next on his list is Norbert Leitner. It shouldn't be long before he's up with him because he's charging through this pack. Now is Tim Brook. And Willie Levesque is sandwiched between the 205 Motorsport drivers, and Brook goes down the inside, just about makes his way through. And he can lose 2 positions now as Levesque, because there goes Anders Nielsen. Wily as ever. Back battling once again on the next lap. Really wide onto the grass, kicking up plenty of dust. And Anders Nielsen out of shape into the ball once again. And Levesque is going to come straight past. Great slicing and dicing here in the midfield. Anders switches to the inside. Can he try and break down the inside? No, he can't, because Levesque gets well out of shape on entry. Plenty of turning in that car. Not understeering at all. And lap 14, Giuseppe Churchio and James Fellows together. Oh, and James just taps the back of Churchio on. Antonia's there as well. They both touch, both spin off onto the infield. Calamity of errors there, really. Fellows is having difficulty getting going again. He can't get back on track before Ilivanov, Dobbing and Magnes come through. And Antonio looked like he had a bit of difficulty getting back on track also. Now here's Levesque and Nielsen once again entertaining the crowd here. And through is going to go Nielsen once again. Levesque looking back on the inside. Nielsen just covering ever so slightly. Down towards finish a difficult turn 1. Stenbeck keeping a watching brief also. Here's Magnes, Ilivanov and Dobbin. There's Antonio just off the track in the background slightly. And looks like Magnes going slightly wide. Ilivanov is going to take advantage of it. Not quite. Yes, he is. In fact, he's going to come straight underneath the Norwegian driver. And Ilivanov once again taking advantage of other people's mistakes, but he's made one of his own, because there comes Magnes through back on the inside when Ilivanov goes far too deep into the bowl. And they're side by side down the straight now. Looks like Ilivanov got a great exit from there anyway. We've got the position back once again. There's Dobbing challenging Magnes now as a result. Down towards the last turn, looking back from Ilivanov at Magnes and Dobbing. This has allowed Antonio to catch up to the back of this group also as well. And that's 16 of 62. Battle for 4th place. Jesper Torborg has lost touch with the top 3 of Strauss, Davies and Crooks. And Schlemer's going to slide down the inside, but too narrow. And Torborg's going to get the cutback down towards turn 1. Torborg teammate to Crooks. And through is going to go Leonard also as well on Schlemo. Schlemo was too late covering the inside once again. Leonard nips straight through. Excellent opportunistic overtaking there from the Scottish driver, teammate to Anders Nielsen. And now we're following Teo Bubicic, just getting out of shape. Well out of shape, well out of shape. Oh, and almost blocking there on the inside. Looking back at Davies coming through also as well after he has spun. On the inside he comes and takes the position from Teo. Now here is Johnson. He's caught up to Lennon. It's lap 34 now. Well after the first round of pit stops. Most drivers only pitting once here. Just after the pit stops, and Lennon on cold tyres has come out, and Johnson has decided that he's going to attack right now, and he's wise to do so because he's going down the inside, bit of contact entering the final turn, but Johnson has the position and he's continuing his march towards the front of the field. Now we are with Davis following Nielsen. He's following Steve Davis, I believe. Tim Brook, of course, one of the 05 Motorsport drivers anyway, down towards the final turn. Oh, and Nielsen gets out of shape, pushes the 05 Motorsport driver wide. Looks like Steve Davis and me, and through goes Toby Davis. Thank you very much. I'll take two positions while you two quarrel. And he's trying to make amends for his spin, which saw him come out of second place. Now at 42, there's Torborg all over the curve there, and Johnson is going to just squeeze past on the straight. He's got the inside line for the first corner. Should be a textbook manoeuvre. Lennon trying to pull the same move he did earlier in the race on Schleber, but not quite able to squeeze down the inside. Torborg was too wise to that and kept the inside very tight, leaving no room for the Scotch driver. Now lap 55. This is Strauss, Schlemo, Johnson, Torborg and Lennon all in the same shot. That's Andrew Smick ahead, who's not one of the front runners, and Schlemo trying to overtake Florian Strauss down into the final corner. He's got the move made, surely. Got the outside line and the overlap, got the racing line, and through he goes. And covers the inside now to stop his teammate coming back down the inside. Crooks is still leading this race, as he has done pretty much from the very start, apart from the pit stop overlaps. Strauss trying to go around the outside, gets out of shape. Coming out of turn one, Johnson is looking around, sniffing for pieces as well. Great action here. Second, third and fourth, throw blanket over them at the end of the race. Now here's Johnson, he's got the run on Florian Strauss. Can he make move down the inside? He's trying, not able to do so. Strauss very late on the brakes. Now they're exiting the final corner, down towards turn one, down the straight, and Strauss has the inside, and Schlemo's not covering the inside. Strauss has the inside now. Schlemo's going to run wide, and it's run too wide because Johnson's going to come through as well. Johnson pulling what Lennon did earlier in the race on the same driver. Tobias Schlemo did it twice now. That's just too soft from Schlemo. He needs to be harder than that, leaving too much room, being too nice to his teammate. And now this has allowed Johnson to attack Florian Strauss. Coming out of turn 5, down towards turn 6. On down the inside is going to go Johnson. Johnson down the inside, can he make it stick? He can. What a superb move there from the English driver, up into second position. This is his best run of the season so far. We saw glimpses of his V8 form coming back to him during the Melbourne event, and here he is showing again. He's made more and more progress. But watching Strauss, he's running wide. Strauss is on the grass, just about avoid. Oh, and Torborg's on the grass as well. Lennon, what about the outside of the Danish driver, and oh, Ilvardov right in that mix. And Lennon picks up the position in the dying moments here. Strauss just about held on. Now lap 61, bit further back in the pack. It's Vinnari versus Leitner. There's James Fellows in the background. He's not a part of this. Oh, Leitner goes at the inside. Big contact between those two, sideways on the grass. Vinnari lets him go through, and Leitner finally has the position over the Finnish driver. But this is the final lap, and this has been his superb victory from the championship leader. Ben Crooks takes his second race win of the season, extended his championship lead. Congratulations to him. And there is confirmation of the results. Second place went to James Johnson. Third place to Florian Strauss. Fourth, Tobias Schlemo. Tobias should have really been in second position. Fifth to Torborg, to Lennon. Sixth was to Torborg.
We ran out of money, so the commentator needed to be replaced with the cheap version of him. Nah, just joking. Some technical malfunction. Steve Davis was 7th, Toby Davis 8th, Tim Brook 9th, and rounding the top 10 was William Levesque. Join us next time.